Good morning, YTPC. Coming at you via the virtual airways of YouTube and the internet. Gentlemen, ladies, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. Feeling good. I'm hoping you're feeling good. Today, just for the hell of it, I'm going to be smoking my favorite free pipe from RNA Treasures. This beauty here is an Italian briar. Only thing I added on was a little bit protector. Inside there is Planta 2014 Cosmopolitan Mix. Hey, I've already got somebody up. Howdy. Not even sure who we are, but I know who I am. And poof, just like that, they're gone. Don't know who it was. They didn't even stop long enough to say hi. That's all right. I'm not asking you to say hi. Well, if you jump in here, I'd love for you to say hi. I'd ask for you to say hi. But realistically, this is the Cosmopolitan Mix. It's got a plane flying over. I can hear it. I'm not sure if you can. Just a little bit of lovely tobacco. I loaded it up well over an hour ago. Sat it in my little travel pack. Now, I'm going to smoke. You're welcome to join me. Puff away all you like. Jump in here. Have a good time. Let's be honest. This is what this whole hobby is about. Hobby, lifestyle, any way you'd like to call it. It's about enjoying your life while you still have one. I'm going to crack the windows a little bit. You can see it. It was right up there. Hopefully, you're enjoying your time and your life. Don't blame me if you're not. That's right, I am wearing a Hooters shirt and a Hooters cap. I'm not representing or getting paid by Hooters. In case anybody at Hooters wants to call me out and tell me to stop selling me your merchandise while I'm in your locations. With my wife, no less. Can't beat them, join them. And she's prettier, so we go whenever we want to. Great blend, honestly. It's a German tobacco company. They like to produce one great blend a year. Then they call it by that year. But they put it in Roman numerals. I know this is 2014, and I can read the Roman numerals, but it's like MMXVI or IV. My allergies are acting up. I will be taking a Allegra later. Allegra, not Allegra D. Allegra D makes me goofy. You think I'm goofy now? Ugh. It ain't pretty. Anyways, real quick, if you're watching this later, and hopefully you have a good time watching it, let's get into some of the free things that are going on. The Piper 69 is doing a 100 sub giveaway. GAW. I don't know why they put a GAW in there, because it just doesn't seem to work right, but that's okay. That's the terminology used. He has a great tobacco and a Dagner pipe that he is giving away. Just for being one of his subscribers and telling him that you're in. It's an awesome idea. Then there is Professor Paul. No, not Paul. Professor Kurt Walker. You can find him at Law and Smoke. That is LAW space, a big capital N space, smoke. Pretty simple. But you better be a friend of his. He's asking for English history, English literature, or English philosophy. Explained as best you can. Even better if you can pull off an English accent, or if you happen to be from England, Scotland, one of those places with an English accent. Australia, looking at you. You can pull it off. Anyways, what he's asking for is a VR. Only a video response is going to get you in. He has a pipe from Northern Pipes. I think it's Northern Pipes. It's Northern something or other. Anyways, the pipe is awesome. And he's giving away some tobacco. I don't remember exactly which tobacco, but the pipe alone, wow. If you don't like pipes, why are you watching me? Unless you like cigars, then you don't like pipes. But if you like pipes and cigars, it's even better. And of course, there is Bean Piper. Bean Piper, I just found about a week ago. He's got a GAW out there. Right now, I should have looked at his GAW for the 5th time this morning so that I could accurately give what he's giving away. But in his giveaway, I know he has some coffee. It's morning. Coffee is good. Pipes are good. Smokes are good. You can't hardly enjoy one without the other. Well, I can't. You might. I can't. But those are the 3 favorite giveaways that are going on right now. It's free stuff. If you look them up, just find them. Subscribe. Be a friend. Help grow their brand. Whoever's in here watching, I appreciate you watching. Type in, say hi. I don't bite. We could talk about anything. Now that I'm done with the morning news, I'm gonna smoke. Hopefully you will too. A Savinelli 320. All right, who's giving away a Savinelli 320? I'm being hijacked by the Briar Report. Phil. Good to see you, Phil. Yes, I trimmed the beard and going to be having a decent time. This live will be for the length of a bowl or till 10 o'clock. Probably till 10 o'clock. This bowl lasts longer than that. So Bill tells me Lawn Smoke is a Northern Briar and a tin of Frog on the Town. Frog on the Town? Are you kidding me? Keep them coming in here, Bill. I'm going to call Phil Bill until he says hi. Beans is going with the 7LA320. That's right. Anybody who is wanting to completely bug the hell out of Cherry on Top, get into the Bean Piper. Get into his giveaway. That 320 can make Cherry on Top drink. I don't have one, or I'd be making a video just for that. According to Phil at the Briar Report, that is his favorite frog. Frog on the Town. That's right. I remember it being Frog on the Town. Now, at some point, I might decide to send this video to a certain guy by the name of Professor Walker. I would love if somebody did Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming, who made everybody want to be a British man. You don't believe me? Think about it here. He is the author of the first 14 books of James Bond. Name a guy who doesn't want to be James Bond. We all wanted to be James Bond. The cool gadgets, the awesome cars, the women. Just hearing the words Bond girl. Oh, man. Some of the most beautiful women in the world ever have been Bond girls. And as Phil just typed in, one of my other favorite books, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And people forget that he wrote it. I knew, Phil. I knew. I'm not sure Phil knew. He probably looked him up. But I knew. A kid's book from the author of Bond. He gets kids into reading early and then keeps them reading as they get older. He's passed away now, unfortunately, but that should have been one of the English authors that should be discussed in Professor Walker's giveaway. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this video to him. Hopefully I can win. I'm a man of the world just like James. No. I'm not cool enough to be James. And I don't like a martini. I don't like any martini. Shaken, stirred. The best way to do a martini is to look at the ingredients and pour some bourbon. But I would prefer bourbon over martinis. But think of all of the cool things that James Bond came out with. all the cool gadgets that were science fiction. That'll never happen. And 80% of them are actually able to happen. And then the cool movies with very little computer graphics, because they weren't even available for most of it. Uh-oh, I missed what he said. Let me see what he said. Let me make sure. Martin is waving around a huge stack of Esoterica tins on his live right now. Oh, man, no wonder I'm the only one here, other than Phil. Phil, love you, buddy. Phil has a special sort of giveaway. Judge Bork loved martinis. He would hate it when they put an olive in it. He didn't order a salad. Okay, Judge Bork. So Phil has a special giveaway. It's not listed as a giveaway. Phil has a project known as Snapshots. What is Snapshots? Snapshots are, you contact Phil at the Briar Report under editor at Briar Report, I believe. Send him an email. Give him your information. Tell him that you would love to rate, judge, try something that is pipe tobacco related. I know this works. I know personally that this works. He sent me a 2-ounce bag of Christie's American Heritage. You will see that review on my blog at www.pipescigarsreviews.wordpress.com. I'm going to leave a link down in the comments below eventually. That will be next week. But if you want to see it, go to the briarreport.org. www.briarreport.org. It's the Briar Report magazine. Start looking for a submarine. Click on the submarine picture. In there, you're going to see the snapshot. I reviewed for the Briar Report, especially by request, Christie's American Heritage. Now, I don't want to be the only one doing this. Go sign up. Whatever he sends you, you get to smoke or keep or play with or give away or something. It's great stuff. Oh, man, I got to tell you, the Christie's American Heritage, such a good blend. If you want a good blend, that's the one to get. Oh, let's see. What else did he say? He said something. I still haven't sent out the questionnaire yet to people who want in. I'm so far behind. But it's going to happen. Or at least I hope it's going to happen. It's a great product or a great service, basically. You get free stuff. He gets free advertising. Everybody gets to win. I'm going to read it. Right now, I'm waiting for Bill's latest post, but Bill's post comes out this evening. Bill is at Stogie Report. I love the fact that Bill is at Stogie Report. Let's see. I think the next guy is going to do a review of a Dunhill 7-day set. You're giving away Dunhill? Man. I don't feel cheated. I do feel, however, a little bit envious. I haven't had a Dunhill I did not like. One of my favorites of all time, of any tobacco blend, was the Devil. Wait, why did I say Devil? The Dunhill 965 My Mixture. I loved it so much I went and found two tobaccos that were similar. One that says it's a match from Sutliff, and one that I remember as tasting so much similar that I decided to review it side by side by side. That was the Camoys Cask 11. Let's see. The deal is I don't have to do reviews. Bill's new column is a lot of carping. Bill is the epitome of the get off my lawn old gentleman that would just prefer to be left alone, do his job, and go home at the end of the day, snow permitting. If you read his, oh, let's see, just kidding on the Dunhills. Yeah, 965 is great. My first truly favorite blend. I guess I packed a little too much tobacco. I'm gonna pop a couple of holes in that. See if I can't get this to light for real. Hey, we've got a new victim. Howdy. Piper 69 just mentioned you already this morning. I will agree, Briar Report. Bill does seem to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think he's a nice guy. I'd love to sit down and smoke a couple of cigars with him. Martin is done. Well, sorry, Martin, I went live and I somehow did not know that you were waving around some tins. I will be checking out your channel later. Hopefully, I'm subscribed. If not, I'm going to be looking for you. Anyways, Piper 69. The Piper 69. My normal 5 ounces of 965 in bulk. Oh, you're in for a treat. A treat. Good luck getting it here. It's hard as hell to find and expensive as all get out. Anyways, the Piper 69. My normal mode is that on Fridays, I try to tell everybody about free stuff. I push out as much free stuff as possible. All right, Piper 69. Get yourself 3 or 4 jars. Seriously, cellar it. Break open a jar, use that jar, but you want to separate it out. That way you don't have to open up the whole stash. It is hard to find. It is crazy expensive if you can find it. And it's worth every penny. But man, I can get more than a pound of some good tobacco for what I paid for 2 ounces. Well, don't let anybody else know. You might get robbed for that amount. 5 ounces. Jeez, what I would do for 5 ounces. Pretty much nothing. I already know. I like it, and I'm not going to sell my soul for that amount of tobacco. But man, 5 ounces. Awesome. Good find. Good find. Come on, Phil. I'm sure he didn't pay $750 an ounce. If he did, he can send me some of that extra money. But let's see. Piper 69 is not only English, but Spanish speaking. I really enjoy his pipe casts. They are really, really nice. Squadron Leader. Squadron Leader, another good blend. Let's see, what are some other good blends? One of my favorites, Voodoo Queen from Sutliff. That's how I got the Voodoo Review name. Just being goofy on Twitter, I one time said that this was not going to be some other kind of review. It was going to be a Voodoo review, and I liked the sound of it, and so it stuck. If you like an English blend, then the Sutliff Voodoo Queen is going to be right there. It's technically called an aromatic English. I didn't quite catch that. And if you're not afraid of a little bit of a tongue bite, Lord Nelson. Lord Nelson has the smell of barbecue, like ribs. If you've ever been to Memphis ribs, you'll be there. Uh-oh. I do definitely enjoy looking through all of the articles on briarreport.org and the ones that make it into briarreport.com. I got to find out that the G&H, H&G, the brown rope that we all lovingly know as the brown bogey, is back. Somebody decided to become the premier retailer, and they're bringing it back. If you need a strong smoke, that'd be one to go for. So, Phil, will you be trying to catch Cherry on Top's drinking game today? Today it is Planta 2014 the Cosmopolitan mixture. Don't ask why I'm saying 2014. It is in Roman numerals. I made sure to read it correctly. Orlick's Golden Slice. Golden Sliced? Golden Slices? Orlick's. I got that part right. I got the golden part right. Ah, that's right. You do get up really, really early. I noticed that. I definitely noticed that. Such a good day for a pipe. Sliced. I knew I had one of them right. Slice, slices, sliced. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of a coin, isn't it? I've only had it once, the Orlick's Golden Sliced. I seem to recall that it was a coin. You just kind of crumble it up, get right into your pipe. Try not to pack too much. Very tasty, though. Yesterday, I got trolled. Whee! It was fun. It's flake. Oh, so good. King cake. I actually reviewed king cake. Honestly, I'm not a fan. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. Maybe next time I try a cake from C&D, I will try pirate cake. I got a feeling that there was just a little bit too much aromatic for my personal flavors. But I did like the cake. I really liked the fact that I could pull it all out of the can. I could measure it. I could weigh it. It was a brick. I could have thrown it at somebody and hurt them. Would have hurt me. Paid all that money and threw that cake away. Not true. Well, as a reviewer, I could fill up my review with nothing but English tobaccos. And I have a feeling people would stop watching. They would stop reading. Blockade Runner, okay. Well, I did specifically get king cake for the Epiphany. Because according to a certain piper I know from New Orleans, we should all know this guy by now, Padre Piper. If you don't know Padre Piper, you need to sub him. Just being honest. He's got a great show. It comes out when it comes out. He smokes a lot of pipes. smokes a lot of pipe blends. And just this last year, he was the presenter for the Briar Report, essentially what it was. That's right. He also is the Padre rider. Rides around on his Vespa. Puts out some podcasts that way too. Great guy. Great guy. I really enjoy his shows, and unlike me, I never have a thought that he's about to cuss. Sometimes I get pretty close to it. Oh, that's right. He might have had to given it up for Lent. He'll still take the subs. I'm pretty sure of that. Actually, I have not seen the meerschaum that somebody sent to him yet. Haven't seen it yet. But I will be looking forward to seeing that. I miss a lot of videos. I miss a lot. But I try to catch up. Now, if you want to see a huge pipe, Four-Eyed Piper has a lumberjack from Mr. Brogue. It's gargantuan. It's like the size of a can of coffee. And if you want to see a gigantic bowl tree, we all call him Tree. I'm trying to remember if it's Tree Piper or Tree. He's in Scotland, I believe. Used to be a tattoo artist. He looks a little rough. I like it. Ah, bullying. Tree has a bowl that I swear would take 2 ounces of tobacco. It even makes the lumberjack bowl, anyways, look tiny. You could fit almost this whole pipe inside of the bowl, and he's got 2 or 3 of them that are just... I'm afraid of how much it would cost just to smoke it once. The other thing, everybody, most of us, well, everybody that's right here live knows. So if you're watching this later, and I'm hoping somebody does, check out ytpc.roadglidesully. It's all one word. ROADGLIDESULLY.com. One of our fellow YTPC members created a map. You can add your generalized location. You can add pipe smoking places and shops. You can put an email on there, and you'll be included when people start looking for, hey, I'm going to be in this area. Let's go have a bowl live, face to face. Honestly, it's way better than just sitting here chatting at a screen. Or at least in my opinion, it's way better. But to be able to chat live with somebody else who shares your lifestyle and your hobby, share a bowl, maybe a drink, possibly trade some tobacco, it's a great experience and an awesome chance to really get to know your fellow pipe smokers. And Road Glide Sully also happens to be a fellow Texan. So if you hear my accent, I'm sure I have one. That's a Texas accent. Sorry if it throws some people off. We add extra R's to just about everything. We would not pack a car and a car pack, as they would say in Boston. We would wash our batteries. Man, this is such a tasty blend. Yes, but Piper 69, I have to believe that your accent is because English is a second language. I also have to believe that your Spanish accent is dead on for where you were originally from, or from your family if you were originally from the United States of America. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, Puerto Rico. I've actually been to Puerto Rico. Lovely country. I had to go for some boiler inspections right after some supersized hurricanes went through. And there was just too many inspections to do all at once for the amount of people that were there. So certain people from the United States were invited to come in and make sure that the equipment was safe so that they could get power on to the rest of their country. It was a very sad situation. Many trips to Rosie Roads years ago. I haven't been, well, I might have. Honestly, when I was in Puerto Rico, I was there and awake and working 18 hours a day. I didn't ask where I was. They had a translator and a driver, and he took me everywhere. He was not commissioned to do boiler inspections, and I am. I don't speak enough Spanish. I wouldn't starve. I'll say that. I would not starve. But asking where something is and the speed that Puerto Ricans speak Spanish, I might catch every 8th word if I'm lucky, and I'd be lost. So they provided me a driver, and he spoke English and Spanish, and great guy. We went and ate in places I never would have found. YouTube has just informed me that there's a new video from Dublin Pipe, or Dublin Piper. Something I'll be watching just after this. And no, sir, Piper 69, you do not speak crazy. Y'all just don't waste time speaking. You get it all out there. Boom, done. In Texas, we speak a little slower. We take our time on things. I'm not even sure what the magnum word, but I'm not even sure how to say that, Phil. If I can't understand the word, there's no way I can explain it. Some even think I'm a reasonably smart guy. Reasonably smart. Let me explain that. In the history of Texas, there has been exactly one person, only one person, who has been both an electrician and a boiler inspector. Just me. The tests are too hard. Oh, okay. I actually do not get to go with those boilers, but I have been to quite a few paper mills. And a black liquor recovery boiler is pretty nasty, but not as nasty as carbon black. If you've ever been through carbon black, you will know it, because you will come out of there and you will be blacker than anything on the planet. If you smile while you're inside of a carbon black boiler, your teeth will be black. Your tongue will be black. Not just a little black. But black. Oh no, not the low pressure fire tube. Low pressure fire tubes, most you got to worry about is calcium. Carbon black is a specialized thing. I don't have enough time to teach the whole class to explain it thoroughly. And I'm not sure I explain it very well, even when I do have the time. Last time I took a class on carbon black boilers, it took 8 hours. And the next day we came in for a 4-hour test. I finished it in an hour. I had about an 85, I think. Misread a few questions and missed a couple of things, but I'm all right for taking a 4-hour test in an hour and getting an 85. Now, I will say this. Boiler inspectors are becoming a rare thing. Used to be the Navy would teach us. Navy's not teaching that anymore. 18 years as an electrician. I no longer work as an electrician, I do continue to do my continuing education units, my CEUs, and I do continue to hold my license. Having a license is guaranteed money. You can always set the license down in front of someone who's hiring for that, and they no longer have to just take you at your word. They see that you're legitimate. I will say that the harder license to get is the boiler inspector's license. I am a boiler inspector by trade nowadays. I work mostly at night because that's when the boilers are easiest to get open, when everything slows down. And the ones that I have to do in the day, I schedule them for somewhere right around where I'm going to be. And I try to only schedule the really, really small ones for some time in the day. That way I can get in, get it inspected, get out. Nobody's going to complain. So many boilers. So many different kinds. The hardest part about becoming a boiler inspector is you have to have a certain number of requisite years as either an operator, an installer, or have been through enough engineering classes in college. Well, the problem with being through that many engineering classes in college is you can make more money than being, yeah. Definitely a Hooters inspector. No job too small. No job too big. But you have to have enough years as a operator, installer, or an engineer to even qualify Oh, God, no, I'm a full-time Hooters inspector. I even follow the Bundy Credo, if anybody ever saw that show. Hooters, Hooters, yum, yum, yum. Hooters, Hooters on a girl that's dumb. I didn't write that line. Nobody get upset with me. Al Bundy said it to Bud Bundy. And most of us only watch that show for Peg and Kelly. Peg's real last name is Seagal, and Kelly's real last name is Applegate. I'm sure you can find them. Honestly, when nobody's in here smoking with me, I practice blowing smoke rings. I think I've almost gotten one. Just one. And it's the loneliest number that you've ever seen, or something like that. Oh, that is a good deal. 15% off, you say? Now that covers the taxes. and the shipping, honestly. It's normally when I try to buy a couple of pounds of stuff is when there's a good deal going on. The reason I got the Plunta was they had a deal running where it was a pound for 20 bucks. Actually, I think it was like $20.38 or something like that. It's ridiculously cheap. So I got 2 pounds. I'm not upset. It's not exactly what I would prefer to be smoking, but I'm not upset. $8-ounce. Oh no. Well, when you're buying bulk, the bigger amount that you purchase, the cheaper it gets overall. And when I have enough tobacco to go for a couple of months without having to purchase really anymore, I put as much as I can into a couple of different blends in bulk. But I know that I'll smoke a pound in a month. It could be because I almost never sleep. I've smoked at 2 o'clock in the morning. I've smoked at 10 o'clock the same night. I'm going to go into this little shop right up here and do a little quick paperwork so that my inspections for the day are completed. My lovely wife works literally right across the street. 2 or 3 bowls a day. I sometimes smoke 2 or 3 bowls before noon. I'll smoke 1 on the way to the job. And then I'll smoke from the job to the next job. No, I keep it down to 1 bowl per live. It was something I saw that Four-Eyed Piper, Zach, does. And I thought it was a good time limit. And I started realizing that a good cigar takes about the same amount of time. This coming week, I probably will be smoking some cigars. No, not for review, but I've got a few that I need to get through. Not sure how everybody in here likes cigars. I like them just fine. It's really how I got into pipe smoking. I tell this all the time. Would smoke a cigar, and it'd be really, really good. And I'd want to finish it, but my fingers would be on fire. I found that if you take a cigar and you stuff it down into the pipe with a little bit of pipe tobacco, you can smoke all the way down, nothing left. And when you start tasting the pipe tobacco, you know that that cigar is done. Hey, I almost got another one. That'd be 2. So in my spare time, when I'm doing a bunch of nothing, I scroll through as much YouTube as I can, finding pipe smokers that are giving stuff away. I try to give that list to Bill and Phil at Stogie and Briar Report. Honestly, if you want your GAWs to go practically viral, making sure to get that information to Briar Report is vital. Phil will put it on a calendar. I read the calendar religiously. I like knowing what's coming up. Now, if you're into cigars and you're push the air from the back mouth like from the tongue. I am fairly certain that I missed something in there. It's not a problem, Phil. Trying to stay on top of everything when there's a couple of thousand presenters on YouTube. I don't know how you can watch all those videos. And some of them are hidden. You got to be subscribed to 8,000 people and you're hoping like crazy you don't miss something. There's only so many hours in a day. Just in lives, I'm willing to bet that the YTPC could go 24 hours a day. And then, of course, Phil also has his own stuff he's got to get out on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm not good at it. I try. Phil, we can get you there. We can get you there really quickly. Phil, of course, is the guy directly responsible for me being the Voodoo Review. I say directly responsible because I made a couple of Twitter reviews of some pipe tobaccos, and he decided to hound me about putting out a blog so that there was a way to get a hold of all of the reviews. Scary as that is for me, I said okay, and I started it. In fact, I started my blog on the exact same day that Phil started BriarReport.org. somehow my very first posting was his very first posting. I want a review to be a review. I don't want it to be a thumbtack stuck in a piece of corkboard with a post-it note. I want everybody to go, okay, well, if I have this pipe and not that pipe. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, I only smoke briars. Oh, look, he does briars. Oh, I only smoke meerschaum, such as Happy 100. Happy 100 is a meerschaum fanatic. Great guy. Loves his meerschaums. But I do my reviews with a meerschaum. And I do it with a clay. There's slight differences between a clay pipe and a meerschaum. They're technically the same material, but there's some slight differences. And of course, I do it with a corn cob. Not just any corn cob. I reach out there with the Bent General from Missouri Meerschaum. It's huge. I make a joke about it taking a quarter ounce of tobacco just to load it. I might not be exactly correct on that. But it takes 2 hours to smoke that pipe. And when you're trying to review tobaccos, I've found some blends. I'm going to throw a name out there. Here we go. Autumn Evening. Autumn Evening is a blend that is great in a meerschaum and a clay. It's pretty good in a briar and still really good in a cob. But the size of the bowl matters. If you get a gigantic bowl of Autumn Evening, by the time you're done, you're almost sick of it. I like to refer to it as too much of a good thing. Is there such a thing as too much of a good thing? Well, I think pecan pie is a good thing. But I know that if I eat 3 pecan pies, I'm going to be sick. It would just be the way it is. Let's see. What is the best review pipe? It depends upon what you're reviewing realistically. If you are trying to review a string of blends, 3 or 4, 5, 6 of them all at the same time, I'm going to say going with a small bowl. And I would say a clay is your best bet. You cannot ghost permanently a clay pipe. You can wash a clay pipe. You can do everything it takes to get the first blend out of there so that you can review a next pipe. But if you're trying to review a harsh blend, I think a corncob pipe is probably your best bet. And if you are trying to get some of the hidden notes, I believe that a briar is your best bet. Reason behind saying a briar for the hidden notes. The briar will actually suck up certain flavors and leave you with other flavors that the other pipes will not really represent very well. I appreciate you looking at my site. I'm not sure it's great, but it's fair. That's what I try to do with my reviews. I try to be fair. I try to make sure that the amount of time somebody has spent blending a pipe blend is treated with the respect that it deserves. Part of the reason I don't do a pumpkin spice is because I don't like pumpkin spice. There is absolutely no way I could be fair to a product that I know I would hate before I even taste it. I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin spice lattes. I don't like the smell of pumpkin spice hand sanitizer or anything else. It strikes me as yuck, so I don't do it. I don't do it on purpose, and I know that there's several very good pumpkin spice blends. I've been told about them repeatedly. I'm not going to do them. It would get a binary 0. Yes, pumpkin pie. I even sort of kind of balk at sweet potato pie because it looks so much like pumpkin pie. They taste different, but they look so much alike that I'm like, I'd prefer not. Okay, I'm a communist. Realistically, I want my pies to either be Hatch cherry apple or pecan. Yes, I said Hatch cherry apple. There is a product that is available at the HEBs in Texas that is a Hatch apple pie filling. And then you take a can of cherry pie filling and you mix them together and you make a pie out of it. So good. The Hatch gives it just a little bit of a heat. The apple gives it that normal apple sweetness. And the cherry gives it that little bit of tart. And they all blend together to be really what I would call the ideal pie. Oh, almost forgot. Not a free thing. Casa de Monte Cristo in Texas is having their annual Texas Cigar Festival on April 13th this year. Tickets are, I believe, minimally $175. And for VIP tickets, they're $200 plus. I just saw the advertisement yesterday. You get 30 to 40 cigars, which if you price them out, it's going to be the price of your ticket. There's a lot of good swag. The deals on cigars at this festival are phenomenal. I know guys who literally do not buy a single cigar all year long because of how many boxes they buy at this event. And you, at the same time, you get to meet representatives from almost all the major cigar manufacturers. It's a good time. People start lining up to get in about noon. It doesn't open until 6 o'clock for VIPs and 6:30 for the regular admissions. You get a meal. Drinks are free. It's a ridiculous good time. And the deals. If you're really into cigars and you happen to be coming to Houston right around April 13th, it's what you really want to do. There's also a raffle and a couple of giveaways. And you get to hang out with a couple of hundred people who are smoking cigars, and there might be a pipe smoker or two while it's there. Not guaranteeing it, but there might be. If I'm there, there's definitely at least one pipe smoker. Well, what do you know? 10 o'clock finally rolled around. I'm not quite done because I spent too much time talking. Gentlemen, y'all have a great day. Remember, long lives, big bowls, long ashes. Y'all keep them lit, and I'll see you again soon.